Hello everybody, welcome to World of Warship closed beta. Finally we got our beta release. It's a great news for me as alpha tester because now I have plenty of people to play with. You can see almost over 4,000, almost over 3,000 people. It was kind of frustrating getting into games where there was no one, or you faced the tier differences that just murdered you. As the alpha tester, my progress was reset, so we are starting on even ground, and this is how when you first turn on the game, you will meet with the two ships, with the Qatari and Eri. First, cruisers for your two nations, for Japan and USA. Currently, the Japan has no carriers, and the USA doesn't have battleships, but they are coming, don't worry, they're definitely coming here into the game. When you try to join the game, you will see that you have option only for co-op battle. That's because you need to go through levels and unlock random battles to the level 2. It's not going to take that much. If I remember correctly, it maybe took me maybe 2 games. You should be able to progress through these basic 6 levels in maybe in 2 or 3 days if you're playing them constantly. And we have now the most important from it are the captains and the daily missions. Daily missions are a really nice way to keep people interested in the game and revisit them. So we'll take a look. In the alpha I was mostly focused on the Japanese battleships, and I didn't manage to get to the air carriers, so I will start with my US-3 and for the carriers. Really want to see how they're effective. So welcome to the game. Controls are simple. You're using your WASD WV to go up faster to the full, and S to up to the stop. Controls going A, D turning, but you maybe should get used to using Q and E. That sets the turning to the permanent state. It's much more tactical, and in the situation you can actually control the engagements better. The AD should be more in situation where you actually having some trouble or you want more control, but get used to the Q and E. It will help you in the longer run. For the guns, with shift we zoom in our binoculars. With the mouse wheel we go up to have a better look. There's already some ships that are a little bit far away. You can actually follow, you can just click it and you can follow the shot with the push model mouse button. It works same way as the left button. With left single shot you're making single shots. With holding it fires salvo, or no, twice pushing in the mouse will fire salvo, and holding will fire whenever it's ready. The ammunition, it's pretty easy. At the beginning you should just know that with heat ammo you should fire at everything that's not battleship. With AP on the battleships, but it goes more deeper in the angles you're firing. It's more that further the ship is, then the AP will do more damage because it goes from top to the down. When the ship is close, it goes straight through it, so there's less damage. There's a ship in front of me. This is really bad situation. Right in middle of it. From this situation I should go right, evade those two, and focus these guys. Maybe a little bit trick: when you go to the shift and you find range on the ship, you can use your right mouse button and you can look where you want. You can control the ship, but you can still fire, and it fires at the same location relative to the movement of the ship. I'm running away. Yes, shoot. If you look back, if you left the mouse button then you can see it aims still on the ship. It's a nice trick. Come on. When you can fire, it turns green. And if you cannot, it's yellow. It doesn't. It means that you might not be reload, or you just the gun are not angled right way. Don't know if this is AI or not. Oh, it was nice hit from the AI. That's weird. Why is he staying there? For the ammunition, the angle on the AP. If everybody knows the famous ship Bismarck. The Bismarck actually was sunk by their own crew. They just cannot bear the damage that the Royal Navy was doing them. The shells they were killing the crew and taking different modules of the ship, so they sink the ship by themselves. Island is okay. As you can see, we can look other directions, and if we are able to fire, it will be able to fire there. And it makes it much more enjoyable. You know the ship is going to die, so you don't need to focus him. You can just then concern on other ships that you will engage. That's most important, to know what you will be doing in the next few seconds than what you're doing now. And it calms down that you cannot really hide. You can use the islands for your advantage. And we got behind them, so we can actually go cap the zone. No problems there. With type, as usual, mostly every game, you can see the scores. And there's 3 of them left. There. Oh, this one is this is not in range. A little bit more. You can see where will be like this. This one is awesome view. But it takes the time from you to maneuver, so further you shoot, then less time you have. Especially when your guns reload faster than your fire rate is. The time to the shell to travel. Because I'm already ready to fire before the shell hits. We lost... no, that was the AI. We lost some ships. Interesting. The AI can give you a little bit more trouble. Because just the mechanics, like they work. The ships really exchange your shots when they get to each other. It's not like you cannot use a terrain to... they're going to hit the terrain instead of you or anything. It's all about the planning. What you're going to be doing. They still need to kind of work on the sky. When there's a dawn or sunrise, the sky looks awesome, but you can see when there's clear sky that it's a placeholder texture. Lighting is perfect, but still it's a progress. And you can see there's alpha tester. I can tell you that the progress is being made. It's really visible on how they approach the gun works and the targeting, everything. All of it. One more. Some tier... no. It's tier 1 all. When we play out into alpha, it was usually you have tier 2, 3, and you fight versus battleships. I actually met even the Yamato. There was so little people there. So this is great news. Even it's closed, there's 3,000 people. That makes it much more better. Even the progress you will get much faster up than even if you start right now. Great, battle done. So 31 hits, that's a kind of low. Usually it's around 60 at these tiers. Assistance, critical damage, destroy, set on fire. All great stuff. And that unlocked random battles and credit bonuses. The credits are not going to be the problem early. It starts to be going problem when you switch, when you start to go to the tier 4 and 5. Also maybe a little bit with the Japanese destroyers. The first ones are not that strong, but that actually makes you better destroyer player if you're really trying to do what destroyer is supposed to do: get to the enemy and torpedo them and stay away from any mortal damage. Welcomes the random battles. We started separated. That's not good when you start on those sides, but we can make it work because there are 3 capture points. It's usually what player will go after what. Everybody is tier 1. Everybody is tier 1. We have some Katori, Eri Katori. We have more Katoris. I think Katoris, those difference in powers are not that visible at this tier. It doesn't matter what's going to join. But matches like this in alpha were very, very rare. It's usually 4 people max, and almost from all the tiers. And actually I saw from the matchmaking there are already people with tier 10 ships, so yeah, that's interesting. What we have here? We have Katori and we have Eri. You can see that it's big target, but also kind of powerful target. Enemies there. In range, in range. Turn turrets, turn. You don't really need to range fire. The guns reload so fast that it's actually waste right now. With the later tiers, definitely that's a must do, because the reload time, especially on the battleships that I have, Congo and so on, it takes a long time to reload. This guy is, where is this guy? This part is lost, that's just obvious. If he's going there, this is suicide. We need to support here our Eri, because there are only 2 ships. Of course, here kind of stop or no? There are issues with the servers, occasional jumps, you can call it, lags. They were here in the alpha as well. Let's place it somewhere there and let's look what's around us. Yes, as I said, this part is lost. There's a suicide to go there. And we're being fired from that direction as well. Who's complaining? I don't know, there are no names. Don't know if I can display them somehow. And he crashed. Lost this one.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Lost Cormidlo, we need to fix it. Steering. Going what? Yeah, we sunk. This is slow us down, I wonder what it was. We need to focus his front, because we will be running from him. Our turning is kind of slow because of the damage. We start turning later than he does it. Now serpentines. They for the longer distances they are awesome. You can keep entire team behind you, and then maybe because of the experiences. With the shorter one, 10% of them not going to be hit. Repair for aircraft guns? No. No, no, I'm not going to waste. Now I'm going to waste it because those were my mostly not going to survive this. Fire. Well, fire is my doom. We did what we could. And now spectator mode. Great feature. Left and right click between players. The game is arcadey as it can get. There's not anything similar to it. Maybe battle station only. Is it capturing?
Enemy cruiser founder.
You shouldn't stop even if you're capturing. Don't do it. It's a circle, so circle around. But models are very nice. Situation, yes. We managed to get some time for our team. Not sacrificing ourselves in the lost place. Hiding battle. Prolonging inevitable. You're most likely not going to be do some crazy kills or crazy scores like killing entire team or so on. But with the distance, yeah, if you're running from them, they are trying to catch up to you, evading, you can manage to do quite good battles. But this is more team. This is actually really more team based than War of Tanks or other games. Now you can see that the sky is place order. I think I mentioned that. So don't worry, it will get better. Who fires first? At the same time. 36,000, 1,000 experiences. That means we unlocked next chip.